All right. Welcome, everybody, to BJ Business and Martial Arts Marketing Podcast. The gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams die. I want you guys to think about that for a second. So, the gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams die. Everybody thinks that the problem is that they don't know enough. That's a lie. The real problem is you already know what to do. You're just not doing it, right? Um, you know, the idea that there's a gap between knowing and doing, that's the real kind of thought process that I want you to do. And that's where dreams go to die. So Jim Rohn talked about this decades ago, and people still ignore it today. So today I'm going to break down the exact reasons why this gap destroys people's goals, the business, the lives, and really how to finally close that gap in order to get that success that you're looking for. If you've ever thought, I should do something, but you didn't follow through with it, this video will really kind of help you walk through, maybe some of the processes and systems that you are missing in order to hit that goal that you were looking for. Like I said, Jim Rohn called this thing out perfectly decades ago. Knowing without doing gives you a false sense of accomplishment. So if you know you need to do something, but you're not actually doing it, and you're learning about it, and you're planning, and you're doing all the things that you need to do, but you're not actually doing the thing or the deed, then it's going to give you a false sense of accomplishment, because you're going to feel like you're doing the things and you're moving forward, but you're actually not doing any of those things that you need to actually do. Maybe you read a book, you listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video, and for the moment you feel like you're moving forward, right? You're learning, but really nothing is changing. Your bank account didn't move, your body didn't change, your business didn't grow, relationships didn't get better. So you're confusing the idea of learning with progress. And yes, learning is progress, but that progress or that learning phase can last really, really, really long, which in turn is going to keep you away from the progress that you're actually looking for. So that's the illusion that keeps you kind of stuck, and you can get stuck there for years. You can constantly be learning about the thing that you want to do, but without actually changing anything, you're not actually ever hitting the goals that you're looking to hit. So there's really 6 pieces to this gap. Number 6, if you stick around till number 6, it's really the hardest one to break free from. But the first one is really just planning. So most people stay in that planning mode too long because they like the idea of planning, right? Planning is an area where you can feel safe because you're actually like, I'm moving towards my goal in my mind, but I'm not actually moving towards my goal, because I use the planning phase as the ability to kind of stay safe and stay in my little bubble. Because planning feels safe. Like I said, it feels like I'm moving towards my goal, but I'm not actually getting any closer to my goal because I'm still in that planning phase. So because the idea is, if I don't start, I can't fail, right? So the idea is like, oh, I'm planning towards this thing or this goal or this outcome, but I'm scared to actually start. So I use planning as an excuse to not actually do the thing. So if you don't take action, you can't embarrass yourself, right? That's the mindset of that kind of planning phase. So planning really just becomes a trap disguised as a strategy. So the next thing is really perfection. Like, people are always worried about perfection. Is it correct? Is it going to be okay? Am I going to spell something wrong? Am I going to say something wrong? So perfection is just the fear of wearing, a fancy outfit, right? So people literally wait for the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect clarity. But, here's the truth. The only thing that you're going to get, clarity wise or actually doing wise, is it's going to be messy at first, right? Just like videos that I'm doing right now. Like, I'm going to say the wrong thing from time to time. I'm going to have to repeat something. I'm going to say but the idea, the more that I do this, the better it's going to be. If I just wait and wait and wait for perfect or perfection, I'm never going to actually get anything out the door. So no one starts with perfect, right? Everyone is going to improve through reps, and it's, weightlifting, it's weight loss, it's relationships, it's communication, it's leadership, it's marketing, it's sales. All of these things, you have to just start in order to actually get it. You're never going to get it perfect in order to be able to start later. The next one, number three, is kind of overwhelm. So you stare at the whole mountain instead of just taking one step, right? You plan and you do the business, but you never actually take that first step. So, hey, I want to get to 300 students. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to, make $1 million. These goals are too big for us at first, right? So what we need to do is be able to slow these systems down, or these steps down, and make it a smaller goal at first. If the goal is too big, the brain is going to freeze. You're going to go into overwhelm. You're going to worry about everything. So you're going to think that it's not possible. So what we need to do is break these goals down into smaller goals, and then from there we can actually start to chip away at it, right? What do they say? Like, what's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So your brain is going to freeze because it doesn't know where to start when we start looking at these really big goals. So small steps will eliminate that overwhelm. Just take that first step forward. The next one is really overconsumption. And we kind of talked a little bit about this, but everyone today is bloated with information, right? You have courses, you have YouTube channels, you have podcasts, you have influencers, books, everything that you need to learn, but zero execution. So you can learn all that you want, but if you don't actually execute on any of that knowledge, you're not going to take that step forward. You're never going to actually get anything that's actually getting you forward in your business, in your life, in your pursuits that you're looking for. We have to have execution, and knowledge without execution or without action just because becomes mental clutter, right? You understand, you have all of these things in your mind, thinking of things that you need to do instead of just taking that first step. You really become a collector of knowledge and not a practitioner of action. And that's really what we want to do, right? We want to take action and fix the things that break, or fix the things that are wrong. So the next one is really the procrastination. Some of these can almost be similar to each other, right? But you delay in starting because you're uncomfortable, right? And so what we have to remember is that, again, we're always going to suck at first. I'm going to do a sale, I'm going to suck at it. I'm going to do a video, I'm going to suck at it. But the more of these things I do, the more reps I get, the more practice I get, the better at it I'm going to become. That first workout is going to suck. That first sale appointment is going to suck. The first time you do a cold call, it's going to suck. It's going to feel awkward. But as you put yourself out there, you start to get more comfortable with it. You start to be able to do the things that you need to do in order to get that success, right? My daughters play lacrosse. When they first started using the left hand, like, it was really bad, so they didn't want to use it. But we made them kind of make sure that they're using their left hand, and now they're fluent with both hands, right? It's the same thing with anything. As you start to get reps on something that you're starting new, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to feel comfortable with it. You're not going to think it looks good. All of the things that we worry about. So what we need to be doing is just doing it, right? Taking that step forward and going through the process of that uncomfortable. Procrastination has a cost, right? Every day you delay, or every day you don't do it, you're losing momentum, you're losing confidence, you're losing time. And those things are hard to get back. The other one is comfort. And so this is number 6. And comfort is the one that has killed more dreams than anything else, because we're comfortable in our situation. We're comfortable in our relationship. We're comfortable in our bank accounts. And once we become comfortable, the dreams go away, because we're like, it's good enough. I'm okay. It's the difference between good and great, right? I have a good bank account. I want a great bank account. I have a good physique. I want a great physique. So the idea is that idea of doing the next step, the next thing, because of the comfort level. I want to get out of that comfort. I want to get out of that comfort level or comfort zone so that I can do more, right? Comfort is the thing that most people really just kills their dreams, because, again, they get in that mindset of comfort, and they get in that mindset of routine. People stay in these same routines because they are familiar with them. They're familiar with the relationships. They're familiar with the buying the house or doing the business, whatever it might be. But as you can push outside of that comfort zone, you start to increase, you start to build capacity, you start to increase in the things that you're trying to do, which is getting you closer to that goal. Even misery, like, I talk to a lot of people, like, their business isn't going well. They're not at the stage that they want, but they feel safer in that misery and in that area of comfort than they do in taking the leap of faith and trying to change anything. So, misery feels safer than change to a lot of people. So that's where that comfort level comes in. And most people wait to feel motivated before they actually take action. And that's really backwards. So motivation is going to follow your actions. Do the thing, and then you're going to feel motivated to do it more. Motivation is really, really hard because if you don't take that first uncomfortable step, you're never going to have the confidence and be able to do it, right? Action is going to be the thing that sparks motivation. Jim Rohn said, discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That's discipline. And your actions are always going to be controlled by your mood. So you will always lose if they are controlled by your mood. You have to take action, and then that action is going to motivate you to do more of that action because you're going to feel that adrenaline rush of doing the thing and actually getting a little closer to that goal. So if they're controlled by those standards, or if you can control yourself and do that through discipline and do it by your standards that you're putting in place for yourself, you're going to win. Discipline is really the bridge between potential and progress, right? Discipline of taking action is the difference between planning and action. Taking the first step on the mountain or looking at the top of the mountain. So discipline is that bridge that we need to put in place in order to get to the other side. So you've got to give yourself permission to suck at first, do it again, start the business, imperfectly, record the video. It's not perfect. It's okay. Launch the ad. It's okay. Clarity and confidence will only come through that experience, and experience comes through reps. So the faster you're doing it, the better you're going to get at it. So you keep doing it until you get good at it, right? So I suck at it, I suck a little less, and then finally I'm actually good at it, and then I keep doing it to become great at it. So success doesn't reward the person who does something huge once. It rewards the person who does something small every day, right? Small actions repeated will beat massive effort every time. But you have to take those small steps forward. That daily discipline, those daily reps, that is where you get success. Those daily steps forward in the business, in your body, in your relationships. All of that is what is going to happen as you start to take those steps forward. So don't get stuck in overwhelm. Don't get stuck in your comfort level and stop waiting for the right time. It doesn't exist. You just have to take those steps forward and actually make sure that it's the right time is now, right? The right time is a decision. It's not a date. You have to pick now as the time and do the step, right? You don't have to go all the way to the goal in that first day. Really, all you're looking to do is start the progress. And so the right time is a decision. It's not a date. Your dreams are going to die because you don't do enough about them, right? Your dreams don't die because you don't know enough. They only die because you're not doing the thing. They die because you didn't act fast enough. So really the idea is, look, figure out what those goals are, start to move towards those goals in small daily actions, close the gap and do the thing today, even if it's small, even if it's, one thing, right? One call, one text, even if it's messy, right? You send out the thing and it's got a misspelling. It's okay. No, you're never going to lose a deal because you have one little problem, right? You have to keep doing the things daily because the gap of knowing and doing is the problem that we have. So you have to move forward through that progress, and you do that through life. You talk about it, you take the actions, and the life that you actually live will actually be the goal that you're looking for, right? It's the journey. It's not always the destination, but that journey is the steps, right? You have to take the steps and you have to move forward. So the gap between knowing and doing is where most things die. But if you take those steps and you do the application that we talked about today, you can actually start to move forward. So don't get comfortable. Don't get stuck in your ways. Don't try to find perfection. Just take those small steps forward, and you also will hit the peak that you are looking for. Hope that helps. Click the links below to get either into the free Facebook group, or if you want to jump on a one-on-one call with me and you have a martial arts school and you're looking to grow that school, check out the link below. We can jump on a call and I can see how I can help you grow that school, whether it's through marketing, leadership skills, sales. It's really about what we call the Pathfinder program. And it's, every school is going to be different. So we don't have a custom approach specifically for your school. So I hope that helps. And check out all the trainings we have in all of the YouTube channels and podcasts and everything. Hope that helps. Have a great week. Bye.